Hello, hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome back to At This Table, Fun Filtered Marketing Talk for Authors. I'm Shelley Brown, and I'm here with my favorite co-conspirators, Carol Tetzloff and Sarah Cormany.
Woo-hoo.
Yay. So, ladies, are y'all ready to spill the secrets today?
So ready. So ready.
This could be actually a bit of a game changer for people because it shifts the focus off of us as authors and onto the voices that readers trust most. Not that they don't trust us, but you know what I mean.
We're
The people
very
they trust.
Yes, we are very trustworthy. Today's episode is actually built around some of our most loved Market Like a Pro tips, which are our short, actionable emails we send out every Monday.
Yeah, and if you're not on that list just yet, what are y'all even doing? All right, it's totally free, and it is packed with simple, actionable strategies to help you sell more books without the overwhelm. Because we say it all the time, around here, we are all about not being overwhelmed. So we're going to drop the link for you to subscribe to it. It's totally free. It just shows up in your email inbox every Monday with the tip and actionable steps. So we're going to drop the link in the comments, just the form for you to fill out. And you'll get on the list and you'll get them in your inbox every Monday. So do that.
They're so good. Like, we get so many people responding to Shelley. I know you filter it through to us that just have been able to utilize this. Do not miss it. It is something that it's free. Like, you're going to get marketing tips every single week to help you market your book. Like, why would you not want that? You don't have to pay for it. It's just there. So you're going to love them. And this episode specifically is pulled together just a few of those tips. So give you a little bit deep dive that shows you how to let your readers become your best marketers.
This episode is a perfect example of that. We're unpacking 4 of those tips, and they all center around one big idea.
Right. So today's fun filtered truth. Well, the secret to selling more books isn't saying more. It's letting others speak for you.
Right. Because we trust people way more than we trust promotion. A genuine recommendation from a reader often sells a book faster than 10 of your best written posts. And I have so many examples of that in my own writing. I'll just give a couple. So once I was at a family birthday party and this woman was there. This gal who was part of a women's ministry team from another church where our daughter goes. And she said, we started talking. She's like, oh, I hear you're a writer. And so she, got some of my information. I happened to have my Bible study in the trunk because you should always have one with you. And I gave it to her and she went and looked through it, thought it was worthy of their church doing it, went and told her women's ministry director. And lo and behold, I sold 350 copies.
Wow.
No joke.
It's amazing.
And then another example happened with Cindy Sproles, one of our friends from our writers conferences. She did the study with her women's Bible study. One of the women in her Bible study had a friend who lived in Nazareth, not like Nazareth here in the United States, like over in the Middle East. And she shared it with them, and a group of women in Nazareth did my study. And it takes place in that area. So it's kind of crazy. So one genuine recommendation from a reader will sell books faster than any of your best written posts on social media.
That is absolutely true. So let's break this down into 4 simple ways you can get your readers talking, just like Carol's readers we're talking, and turn their words into momentum for you marketing wise.
Right. So we're going to actually start off with pulling from tip number 6. So week number 6 of the weekly tips is start a reader referral challenge. So it's one of my very favorites and so effective. So here's the truth. If someone's read and loved your book, chances are they already know at least 3 people who need it too. but most of the time they just need a little nudge to actually share about it.
So true. Readers want to help, but without a clear prompt, they really just don't think about it. And when you add a little incentive, that gentle nudge that you're going to give them turns into motivation.
Yeah.
And let's be clear, we're not talking about like bribes. I mean, maybe, I don't know.
Well, are we?
Are we?
I mean,
Maybe we are.
It's kind of fun. You never know. So, no, honestly, you do not have to enter or offer cash or like a massive giveaway prize pack just to have people be interested. Even something that's really simple, that is something maybe like a 3-day devotional or even like printable quote cards, are a huge gift that people love and I know are wildly popular because I have several sets of them that I have purchased. I've actually paid money for them and you would be giving them away. So those are the kind of things that you can offer people and they'll be excited. We're always happy to get something for essentially nothing.
For real. All right. So here's how to run your own reader referral challenge. All right. First thing, choose a thank you gift, like the examples that Sarah just mentioned, with your book's theme. Something that you can send digitally is ideal, right? Make it simple and seamless. And then second, write a quick, heartfelt invitation and send it out to your email list or post it on one of your social media platforms.
Yeah. And I think so often we have a hard time doing this because we're like, well, what do I put in the post or what do I say? And so here's just a simple swipeable version that you can use. So say something like this. If you've been encouraged by, with the book title, would you tell 3 friends about it this week? And as a thank you, I'll send you a free printable gift and enter you into a drawing for maybe it's a signed book or a book bundle or an Amazon gift card. Just message me to let me know how you shared it. So easy, and you will never know the huge reach that you're going to get. And Heather did put that in the chat for you, so you can scroll down and see that that copy.
So good, Carol. It really is like an instant ripple effect. One person tells the next. And one of the things that I always think about when I think about referrals or even this just person to person type of marketing is how did the gospel spread without social media? How did the gospel spread without the internet? Well, it happened one person to one person to one person. And so when we really think about it and key back into the truth of what we know, that ultimately is our best marketing plan, is one person telling another. But a lot of times, I think, especially when it comes to either social media or even I think just creating something to put onto social media, people get a little bit intimidated. And so it's really important whenever we try to foster this kind of referral process to make it really easy. So you can do things like giving them a short description of the book, or maybe even include a direct purchase link, maybe bonus points for a cute graphic or a quote image that they can pass on to. Again, keeping it simple for them, literally handing them keys and all. And I don't, keys to the kingdom? Maybe that's what I meant to say. Keys to the kingdom and all they really have to do is copy and paste and push share.
Yeah, you're really taking all the guesswork out of it, right? People, they're absolutely more likely to share when the path is just clear and simple. So just make it as easy for them to share as possible.
Yeah, and don't forget to even spotlight the readers and that perhaps take this challenge from you and say thank you to them publicly. It really does make them feel seen and encourages others to perhaps participate next time because they're like, oh, so-and-so used my name in a post or whatever. So just spotlighting them.
Yeah, for sure. And it's also, this is one of those strategies that builds momentum over time. So it's not a quick fix. And I would say that most things in life that are worth something rarely are. You are inviting them into the heart of your mission and you're asking them to partner with you. And that's not done on the surface. That takes time and investment. And that's, I think, really important to remember as well.
Yeah, it really is. It's so good, Sarah. Remember, this doesn't really have to be just a one-time thing, right? Because you can run these referral challenges. I would do it quarterly, or even tie them into holidays or awareness months that are related to your book. Try it this week and be sure to let us know how it goes. Drop something in the comments if you tried it. So we can't wait to hear.
You know who does this really, really well, if you follow her on Instagram specifically, is Erica Wigenhorn. She is amazing at this. So follow her, go on her profile, see what she's doing, and you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Just use it to your advantage.
Yeah,
that's a great idea.
Yeah, we learn best when we learn from each other and when we collaborate. And I think that's a great way to use collaboration in this process as well. So we're going to move, probably not swiftly because I don't do anything swiftly, but we're going to move into tip number 12, which basically is week number 12 in our, is it
weekly tips?
Weekly tips. I'm brilliant. Just, I really am. I am living proof that God uses the week to do anything. So no, and I boast of it.
There you
even
go.
in scripture. So let me just say that this tip, which is the tip, is collecting testimonials. This is not like just, if you think about it, it's not a bonus feature. This is something that really is going to give your marketing plan some really good sea legs. Readers trust other readers more, believe it or not, than they do us saying, you should trust us. So especially when they have no blessed idea who we are. So those are the people that are going to move the needle for you. And that's one of the reasons it's a great strategy and way forward.
Yeah, it really is. A great testimonial can do the work of a 30-minute sales pitch. It's just a few heartfelt lines is all it takes. You don't need 25 of them either, really. I mean, if you get 25 of them, put them in your little file and save them and pull them out as you need them. But you really don't need a lot of really good, heartfelt, authentic testimonials. Just 3 or 4 really good ones that are placed really well can work absolute wonders.
Yeah. And if collecting them is actually pretty easy if you think about it, because if someone's already messaged you how it's impacting, your book has impacted their life, maybe they texted to you or emailed you, maybe they left you a review somewhere saying your book encouraged them, that's your open door. So basically you just reach out and ask, would you be willing, if somebody hasn't shared it yet, to share 2 or 3 sentences about how this book has impacted you? So if that feels a little awkward, or if you're worried they won't know what to say, help them with a couple of prompts. You could do what stuck with you most, or what would you say to someone who hasn't read this book yet? I think that we have to leverage too the people that we know that have read it. So for example, something that worked for me was when I got done leading and teaching one of my Bible studies, I asked the women in the room, there were 350 of them in the room. And I said, would you please, if you wouldn't mind, like going to Amazon and leaving me a review? Now my reviews went up about 25, which is really good. So if you think about that, there were 350 people in the room and 25 of them left a review. Do you know how many people you have to ask before they'll actually do it? So just make it part of your daily practices.
Yeah. And once you have those powerful words, those testimonials, put them to work. Don't just stuff them away and forget about it. use them, put them to work. Put them on your website, your Amazon A+ content. If you have that set up, your speaker sheet or your writer one sheet, author one sheet, your Instagram bio, put it everywhere.
Yeah, I really need to let's take this advice because seriously, we don't want to let those beautiful endorsements just gather digital dust somewhere in a folder. Put them where they're going to actually move people into action.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bottom line is really just readers want to know that they are not the only one who needed the message. And they are very much like, even when we get that feedback, I know in my own experience, and I'm just like Carol, things are gathering dust everywhere, not just with my endorsements. It's just a general rule at our house. But I do think about what matters the most to me as an author. It's not, oh, you sold X number of books. It's really those personal testimonies that say, this changed how I saw God. It changed how I loved others. Those are the ones that mean the most to us. Yeah. And so it makes sense that a reader is going to feel the exact same way about the words of another reader. When they see somebody else raise their hand, this book changed me, that's when they start to really lean in to what you have to say.
So good.
It is so good. All right. I hope y'all are making notes, taking notes. You need to apply. Don't do all of these all at once, by the way. Just choose one.
That's why you need it weekly. So you do it weekly.
Right. Weekly.
Implement it weekly. Don't implement all 27 of them.
Right. Because if you try, what will happen?
You do nothing.
Well, or you'll be so overwhelmed. Yeah. And then you'll be paralyzed and you'll do nothing. Right. Exactly. All right. So let's say that again.
So do the one thing.
Just do the one thing. All right. So tip number 16 from week number 16 of our weekly marketing tips is add a reader quote to your email footer. Now, it sounds like it's small thing, like really, but let me tell you something. It's a mighty move. All right. And it's so simple to do. Just add a reader quote to your email footer.
Yeah, that's just right below your signature. So it's kind of like this little mic drop at the end of every single email.
That's it.
An example might be the quote, I felt seen, I felt hope, I felt like I could breathe again, by whomever said that, whoever it was. She's very eloquent. And then right underneath, just grab your copy here and then insert the link to purchase. So simple.
Yeah, it really is. Look at that. It's just super simple, very brief. You don't want a long paragraph, by the way. It's just a one-liner that packs a punch, and it's real, and it hits the heart. So it's very powerful, and so simple. This is passive marketing. That's how it works. Every time you send an email to a podcast host, to a reader, a friend, you're showing proof that your book is actually making an impact.
And the best part is that you didn't have to say it. Somebody else already said it. So it builds trust without sounding salesy.
Yeah.
Which I think is the most terrifying thing of all, when we find out that we as authors have to be marketers. It's scary. And that takes a whole lot of fear, tears, and eating chocolate that you know, it just helps. So now we're moving on away from the recommendations of other readers into weekly tip number 18, where you can turn a 3-star review into a powerful post. And I think that's probably one of the most unexpected of all the tips that we've ever given is really 3-star review? Tell us more about this, Shelley.
Well, I think we do want 5-star reviews, of course, right? But let's be honest, that would look kind of odd if you had 200 5-star reviews. Something would be a little fishy about that. But the reality is you are going to get some reviews that are, lower than the 5-star. You're going to have 4-star and 3-star, but how can you leverage that? So the reality is that those 3-star reviews, the 2-star, and even I would say the 1-star review, they can actually be gold. So Carol, how?
Yeah.
Tell us.
No
Of
pressure.
the owner of a 1-star review. Thank you very much. Who said my Bible study was too biblical. There you go. I'm like, all right, let's leverage this, right?
Right.
It shows people that your book really isn't just for the masses. It's for a very specific type of reader. So grab that line from your 3-star, or in my case, my 1-star review, and reframe it to move the needle.
Yeah.
Maybe another example might be something like somebody says, not quite what I expected. This book was more raw and personal than I had hoped. And so how would you frame your response to that? I think that's really the key, is how do we answer a review that maybe initially stung? I think the first thing you do is you just say, thank you for your perspective, because I think that also shows your heart and your willingness to be okay with the fact that not everybody's going to love you, because they're not, nor will they love your book. So you have to be willing to be okay with that. But then maybe moving on to say, no, not everybody will connect with my story. And that's really okay. I didn't write it for everyone. I wrote it for the one person who is still wrestling. And those vulnerable, painful moments are an important part of that.
Yeah. And you can take what Sarah just read with the how to respond, and actually take that and post that on social media or in your email with one of your weekly, or how frequently you send emails out to your subscriber list, and reframe that in the actual social media post of saying, the reality is not everyone will connect with my story, and it's okay. And because what that does is it ends up showing humility and confidence. It draws the right reader in. It's like saying, hey, if you're looking for perfect, this isn't it. But if you're looking for real, come on in.
Yeah. And honestly, people like when we aren't perfect.
Say that
really,
again.
They do. Like, people like when we're not perfect.
Yeah.
They like, I mean, unfortunately, it's like human nature. When someone posts a disaster story, it gets read much more than the hero story, like that everything in your life is going well. Sarah and I were talking about this yesterday, about like me writing a book. It's probably not going to be the most compelling story of my life, but if Shelley writes a book, like, whoa, that's going to be amazing. You should do that. So anyway, so post those low reviews and reframe them. I love that idea. We do have a question in the chat. I'm going to take that question before I do a quick recap. So the question is, do we need to get the person's permission to use the review? Okay, so this is my take on that. If the person put the review in a public venue like Amazon, you do not need to get their permission, because they've already put it into a public domain. If the person writes you a text message and they tell you something personal, or they write you an email, or they speak to you at church one day and tell you about what the impact your book has had, then you want to ask them permission. So depending on if the conversation is private or public. Any suggestions on that?
No, that's perfect. That's perfect.
Okay. Perfect.
And let me just do want to add, with what we just described of leveraging those type reviews that are not those 4 and 5-star reviews that we would hope for. And I just totally lost my train of thought what I was saying. Those are typically going to be on Amazon, right? So, and they are public. And so leveraging those to and reframing those. But then what we talked about earlier of taking the testimonials, a lot of those testimonials will likely come through a private avenue. So getting the permission, definitely recommend that you do that.
We'll have to do a whole nother episode on how to reframe reviews in your own mind, because they really can be devastating. And so, and I've had authors call me crying when they get a 2-star review, and how we can reframe those. So All right, so let's do a quick recap on what I'd like you to do. If you're watching live or watching later, put in the chat either 1, 2, 3, or 4, because what I'm going to ask you to do is we gave you 4 different tips. What's the one that you are most likely to use immediately if you could do this in the next week before we meet again? So number 1, launching a reader referral program or challenge. Number 2, asking for a short testimonial. Number 3, adding a reader quote to your email footer. That one's super easy, by the way. Number 4, redeeming those middle of the road reviews with authenticity.
Yeah.
And don't forget, none of this is about hype. It's about honest connection. When someone says your book made a difference in their life, people listen, and they listen well.
Yeah. And isn't that what we want for real? To multiply our message without carrying all of the weight alone. So, so go ahead, just reach out to your reach out to your readers and elevate their words and let them become part of your mission. Bring them in.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, think about the last book you bought and why. And it's probably because someone recommended it along the way. So if you're loving these strategies, so these 4, or you want even more done for you templates, swipe files, coaching, community, because now we go deeper in Book Marketing Pro Academy and really talk about these things and help each other create the things that we need in order to continue to move the needle for us. This is where we go deeper on everything we talk about here on our Friday fun-filled tips.
And the best part, you don't have to figure this out alone. We walk with you every single step of the way, cheering you on, answering questions, and helping you actually implement what you learn here and in our community as well.
Yes. And implementation is key because you can learn these strategies and these tips all day long. You can read them all day long, hear them all day long, but unless you take action, they're just tips, right? So we want to help you move the needle and actually increase your reach and your impact. So you can learn more about Book Marketing Pro Academy by going to bookmarketingproacademy.com. And if you try one of these tips this week, would you post a comment? Let us know because we will check the comments, or send us a message. You can send it to info@redemption-press.com. We'd love to hear all about it.
We sure would. So until next time, keep sharing because your message matters.
Yes, it does. God bless you. Till next time.